Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Nourish the Mind. If you've been with me for a while, peace and love. Thank you for your continuous support. And if you're just joining into this channel, thank you and I hope that you will stay. All right, so guys, we're jumping into another episode. Today we're going to talk about seeds. Yes, that's seeds that the Bible teaches about. What a man sows, so shall a man reap. That's what I'm going to talk about. All right, so stay tuned guys, I'll be right back.
Slow down, hold on, take a breath.
All right guys, thank you so much for joining me back. So we're on the topic of planting seeds. What does that mean, planting seeds? All right, guess what? Planting seeds means everything that a man does, everything that we do, we're planting seeds. So guess what? If you're doing something that is good, you're planting seed. And if you're doing something that is bad, you're planting seed. Because guess what? If you continually do what is good and you keep on that same track, pushing out that energy into the universe, doing those things into the universe, then guess what? There's going to become a time of harvest and you're going to reap. So what a man sows, so shall he reap. Stay tuned, guys.
Slow down, hold on, take a.
All right, thank you guys for coming back. So planting seeds, guys, is referring to what we are doing, what we're putting out in the universe. For example, so let's say that you're a person that lies, that you cheat, you steal, you deceive others, you know, you do things that is destructive, unhealthy, unethical, and not good, and you keep putting it on others, or you keep putting it out there into the universe, then guess what? There's gonna come a time of reckoning, or a time of judgment, or a time of reaping the harvest. That's the same thing. Reaping, harvest, judgment, reckoning, it's the same thing. Things that we do don't wait until God to come down and actually judge us. We get judged sometimes immediately, sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years. But what you put out there, you eventually reap. So if you put out all those negative things, cheating, stealing, lying, deceiving, doing others harm and so forth, then there's gonna come a time when that same thing that you put out there, you're gonna reap it. How you're gonna reap it? You're gonna reap it in ways that people are gonna do back the same thing to you. Either people are gonna do back the same thing to you, you're gonna find yourself in difficult situations, you're gonna find that doors of opportunities are being closed on you. And another example of putting it this way, let's say we put it this way. Let's say you go to work and you're supposed to go to work. You go to work, you do less work, right? You abuse your environment, or you treat your coworkers badly, or so forth and so on. And you do all those things and you continuously do all those things. Then guess what? Eventually, you're going to lose that job. And you might lose that job when you're in a difficult situation or a difficult spot that you need that job more than ever. And that's when the time comes and you just lose that job and you're wondering, oh my God, how did this happen? What happened? Sometimes it's what you're putting out there. You go to work, you didn't feel like work, you don't do much, you don't care, you just drag yourself going through emotions. That's you putting out that energy into the universe, and then the universe just gives you back, it rewards you back. So on the other hand, let's say you're putting out good energy, you're going to work, you're doing a fabulous job, you're treating your coworkers well, you're treating the environment well, you're doing a fantastic job, and in some instance you're doing that for a while, then guess what? You can eventually end up getting a promotion, you can eventually get in more pay, some form of recognition. And there's times when you go to work and you put out your best and the environment is just not suitable for you. Sometimes it can be a toxic place that is diminishing your growth and diminishing your self-worth. Then in other ways, if you're still doing the good job, the universe will present another opportunity. Let's say another job comes your way, or something else comes your way and take you out of that situation. And that's some of the ways that the universe pays us. So that's you reaping after putting in all that hard work, after sowing all those seeds. That's you eventually reaping from the universe. So stay tuned, guys, I have more. Thank you so much for coming back. All right, so the next thing too, there's like a little in between there, because you have some people out there. I was one of those people. Everything that I talk about, guys, it's like a scientist. These are things that happen to me. These are things that I overcome, and that's why I'm here to share. And there's another way to it. Let's say you don't plant anything, you don't sow anything, you don't do anything. You get up, you're being lazy. You watch Netflix every day. You Netflix and chill. You don't even look for a job, you don't do anything, you're just going through and hoping that something is going to happen for you. And then you realize that some things are happening for everybody else, but there's nothing happening for you, and you're like, what the heck is going on? It's because you're not planting, you're not sowing, you're not sowing any seeds, you're not putting out anything, right? So therefore nothing can happen, because nothing happens without action. Action pronto, action pronto. Nothing happens without action. In order for anything to come together, it needs to work. It needs energy. It needs action. It needs action to make it work. So that's like the little in between. If you're not planting, then you're not reaping, and if you're planting bad, then you're gonna sow bad eventually. And guess what? If you don't reap the bad, then someone for you may reap the bad. It can be someone in your lineage, it can be a family member, it can be a friend, a close friend, a good friend, it can be a family member, or whatever it is. If it's a case that situation dodges you, it actually catches up to them. And let's say that you're doing all these things that are good, are fabulous and great, and then you're not getting the reward, it's not coming to you. Then guess what? Maybe you have a child or a family member or something down the line, and they end up benefit from it. So those principles are in the Bible, but this is not necessarily like a religious program, so to speak. I mostly talk about nature and the natural law, and that's just one of the natural law of things. Because when you connect with nature, nature teaches you so much. Nature teaches you that everything is interconnected, and it also teaches you that everything has a unique design to it, and everything is actually so divine in its own sense, and everything works together. So it teaches you so much. So when you pay attention to nature, opens your horizon, it gives you ideas, it clears your mind, and things start to fall in place, because it's the natural law. If you don't sow anything, then you can't eat anything. Okay, so I'm not gonna make this program too long, guys. I will be right back. All right, guys, thank you so much for staying with me up until this point. And if you're still with me up until this point, that means that you found this program interesting, and I thank you. And if you do, please guys, go ahead and like, share, or subscribe. Continue on this journey. I wish the best for us all, and till the next episode, I say peace and